Hello everybody. I'm Margot. I'm working at the Flemish Rural Network, and I will give you a brief description about AKIS and the Flemish Rural Network. So first, I will give you a brief description about our team. We consist of 5 team members. We have our coordinator, Ariane. She's the one on the right side of the picture. We have Alexander. He's the one in the left corner of the picture. He's in charge for a leader. For the team's environment and climate and biodiversity, we have Peter. He's the one on the right side of the picture. In the middle, we have Ingrid. Ingrid is the one who is covering everything about young farmers. And then me, I'm the one who is responsible for the teams about sustainable business and knowledge and innovation. Because I'm responsible for knowledge and innovation, I'm also the one who is responsible for AKIS within the network. So it's very clear who is working on it, and this way supporting AKIS does not fade into the background, because everybody knows that we are working on it. Working thematically has also other advantages as well. It's easier to establish a network among stakeholders. You can really become a communication expert in that particular team because you really can know the interventions even better if you don't have to manage them all. And the tasks are very clear for everybody. So this is the structure of the national network. And every week we have a meeting with the 5 of us so that we can discuss activities or news or something or some other topics that might be of interest of the other. Then I will give a brief description about the AKIS coordination body in Flanders as well. So in Flanders, the AKIS coordination body consists of a representative of the managing authority, a research policy advisor of the Ministry of Agriculture, and a representative of the CAP network who's responsible for AKIS. So in the coordination body, there's also someone present from our network as well. With this AKIS coordination body, we have every 6 weeks a meeting. Most of the time it's physical. And the aim of this meeting is to keep each other informed of developments that may be of interest for the other, and to discuss activities to provide the day-to-day support to AKIS interventions and initiatives. I will come back to this in the next slide, and then I will guide you through it, how we are doing it in Flanders. With this AKIS coordination body, we are also part of the Flemish multi-actor platform for agricultural and food research. So the 3 members of the AKIS coordination body are always present there, or we try to be present there always. And this platform is like linking the different AKIS actors in Flanders. So the main universities are represented there, public, applied and practical research organizations, farmer associations and so on. We meet 4 times a year. We had our last meeting last Monday, and the policy advisor of the AKIS coordination body is actually the organizer of these meetings and also the organizer of this platform where all the AKIS stakeholders are represented. I already said that it's for us as a CAP network. We are part of the AKIS coordination body, and it's really important for us to have these regular meetings. I already discussed some of the aims previously, but it's also what we're doing there is like we evaluate finalized activities. What was good, what can be improved, and then we take notes for our next events as well. These meetings are really important, but they only can work if there is transparent, open communication and also cooperation. And in Flanders, that's definitely the case. We work in the same building, so it's also very easy to go to the other and ask something. And the cooperation, and there is also a clear division of tasks between us. And I will give you an example. For example, we will organize an information day for operational groups of the new EIP projects in January. And the tasks are very clear for everyone. So like to determine the program, it was a collaboration between the CAP network and the managing authority. So we discussed what we could bring. The content and the presentation is for the managing authority because they are the real experts. They have one person who is in charge of operational groups. He knows everything about the practicalities, so he will deliver the content for this presentation. And then we as a CAP network, we help to facilitate. We will book meeting rooms, we will send out invitations, we will contact speakers for having their, I will discuss it later, but we contacted some Horizon projects to talk there about the projects and so on. Another example are the operational groups, like the managing authority. They really know everything about the operational groups because they have one person in charge. We as a CAP network, we will try to communicate as much as possible about these operational groups. Thus always when we are highlighting good practices, we always will contact our colleagues of the managing authority first and then discuss which projects are best. Also, when we are participating in the Agricultural Rural Inspiration Awards, we will first discuss it with them and then we will see which projects are really good for newsletters and so on. These are some CAP Network's tasks and objectives. I will discuss them now and will give some practical information or practical examples how we did it. So it's not, I will first state out that there's not all what we have done on these slides, but I will give you a brief overview. So to provide for more learning from all the operational groups, we are trying to share this information and good practices calls digitally through our newsletter. We have seen some examples before from the other member states. We're also sending out newsletters. We have our website, we are on social media, and also we are organizing seminars and field trips to spread this information. I already told before, we are also always trying to participate in the Agricultural Rural Inspiration Awards. This year we have 3 projects in the final, of which one is an operational group. It's about local energy for farmers and citizens. So that's always in cooperation with the managing authority, which are the really good examples, and then we will, then the CAP network is going to work on it, and then we communicate and we are getting in touch with the operational group. Also on our website, we have a project database with operational group projects, but also some Horizon projects. We are focusing on the Horizon projects with partners in Flanders, because then we really know that it's really important and the knowledge is really useful for our stakeholders, but also leader projects on our website. There are videos, and in the future, we're looking forward to have some cross-border visits, so I'm really looking forward for tomorrow to hear some examples and maybe to discuss with some of you how you're already arranging it. I heard before the example that in the Baltic region they're already cooperating, so I'm really looking forward how you're doing it, and it's something for us in the future how we can arrange it. We organized already a variety of knowledge events. First, I want to stretch out, we have a website, there we have a calendar where you can add events. So if there are some member states that have a really interesting events that also could be of interest for our stakeholders, you can always add your event on our calendar. We just need to approve it, but like every stakeholder can actually add their event on our website. We already organized many webinars last year about the different CAP interventions. We provided interesting operational groups to AIP Agri for the Agri Research Conference for the field trips. And then we had a really interesting event about the mental health of farmers in June. So it was together with the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries. And in the morning, there was a farmer testimony. But what was really nice to see is that we had a lot of projects on mental health. It were operational groups, demonstration projects, Horizon projects, and they all came together. And they first they gave a short introduction, but in the afternoon, they could really discuss on the topic. So they really could share the knowledge that they had during this their projects, and then they could share it with the others. We were more or less like with 120 people that day, and most of the people were from research institutions, farmer associations, advisors, but also people from the managing authority. Also, because we have a close cooperation with the managing authority, they told us, like, based on the preliminary results, some eco schemes and some agri-environmental interventions had less success. So we were discussing with them, like, how can we improve it? So we, with the CAP network, we made sure that there was, I will I see my time is up, but I will give a brief description about it. So we organized a day for field visits. So in the morning we discussed about these eco schemes, but in the afternoon we went to farmers and we went on field visits. And there a farmer could tell the advisors and other farmers how they are applying these eco schemes, what is working well, maybe what's not working well. And then we really got some knowledge exchange between farmers, managing authority, but also between advisors and managing authority, and the other way around as well. Okay, there are some, I will just highlight some points, like we are in close collaboration with the Horizon national contact points. For example, they wanted to do something on precision farming, so we contacted first the Horizon Europe national contact points, and they told us, yeah, but there are already many projects and maybe you can go to the Netherlands because there is a research institution. So instead of reinventing the wheel, we just everybody said like, you can come to us, and then we will hire a bus and we will go to the Netherlands because there is already the knowledge available. And then the last one, I already discussed it, to foster the innovation to connect operational groups. We will have this information day in January for all the operational groups from the new EIP projects. And there we will discuss different kind of things. And we also will give there some information about how they can use our project database or the project database from the colleagues from the EU CAP network. Okay, thank you.